invite the speakers to come here to the panel. Thank you. And please take your seats in order to continue the sessions. Thank you.
It's okay if we start? It's okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our workshop on third country national entrepreneurs, opportunities and challenges. My name is Marie-Clémence Tekasndour, and although I am not a professional moderator, I am honored to act as a moderator today. As we gather here, we recognize the important role that entrepreneurship plays in the social and economic integration of third country nationals. These individuals brings diverse experiences, skills, perspectives that enrich communities and economies in their host countries. However, their journey is often fraught with challenges from complex legal frameworks to overcoming cultural barriers. During this workshop, we will engage in a discussion where our speakers will address key questions about the type of support they received during their entrepreneurial journeys. We will explore what has been most helpful, what could be improved, and how initiatives like PLOUTOS project have impacted their businesses. Our speakers for this workshop are Anita Ziga, founder of Duma Cosmetics, a participant of the mentoring activity in the PLOUTOS project. Yolanda Bile, founder of Natch, a guest during the financial literacy course. Sally Ganoun, founder and manager of Dilby VZW. And Frère Poya from European Network for Migrant Women. Thank you for being here with us. So I will start with Anita, Yolanda, and Sally. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us more about your businesses?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anita Ziga. Thank you for the invitation, and it is a pleasure to be a part of this panel. I have a full-time job as a job analyst in Forum, and in addition, I have my own business, which I launched 2 years ago in cosmetics. The beginning of my entrepreneur journey starts with a remark of my husband. 80 years before I detangled my hair, and one day he told me that he didn't understand why I do that, because it is toxic for my health, it is not nice, and he tells me that he didn't appreciate. And a few years later, I got pregnant, and I planned to birth my child, and the remark come back again in my mind, and I radically changed my cosmetic routine, and I began to prepare my own cosmetic. And therefore, step by step, I gained in confidence, and I took the decision to launch my business with taking care with the ingredients in the formula to propose safe cosmetics to moisturize the skin. And yes.
Yeah, thank you again for having me. So again, I'm Yolanda. I am a data scientist, AI engineer, and the founder of Natch. 5, 6 years ago, I had my corporate job, but I was bored at times, sad to say. Anyways, but I have always been passionate about technology, and I wanted to share that passion for women. So I had a tech blog where I used to share, in the latest tech innovations. At some point, I wanted to sell something on the blog, and I was like, what could I start with? I started with phone cases because it's a huge market. I think most people here have a smartphone. At the time, I was first drop shipping plastic phone cases from China. And after 6 months, I was like, this can't work. I can't keep doing this because first the delay were super long. The customer service was not there because it wasn't dependent on me. And then from there, I really started thinking about how I could do things better. I started researching materials, manufacturers. After 1 year, I managed to create a prototype of a phone case made from plants. That's basically how Natch was born. So what we make is to help people to reduce plastic consumption by offering them eco-friendly, biodegradable products made from plants. It's mainly tech accessories, so phone cases, for iPads, for computers, for AirPods, etc. In addition, I also have a startup that makes chatbots for corporates. So I used to combine Natch with my full-time job, but last year I resigned. I went to dedicate all my time to my two businesses, and I'm glad to be doing that. Yeah, thank you.
Sally?
Hello, my name is Sally Ghanoum. I'm an artist, entrepreneur, and currently a politician. I came to Belgium as a refugee in 2015 with my family, with my husband and my son. And I believe all the processes from an artist to business to entrepreneur and also to politics, they were all connected with each other as to be fully integrated in a new society and a new culture and starting a new life. I always believe the best way to integrate is via art and food. And then, of course, when you live here for like 9 years, and then you're involved and engaged with so many other projects, let's say in business, and you struggle a lot, you understand people's struggle, you understand the taxation, you understand the social security, the struggle of people who want to start a small business because they can't afford to start a big business. That's why I got later on engaged also in politics. So we just 3 weeks ago, we closed our business at Dilbi Restaurant, who was well known as a Syrian cultural business. And in 2020, we opened our Dilbi Cultural Center, also in Antwerp. In 2020, we're still working on it till now. It's actually, Dilbi is shortly, it's a story of a tree in Mashta al-Hulu in Syria, where my husband comes from. I come from Aleppo. And in 2013, so the second year of the Syrian civil war, there were many refugees, just like nowadays what's happening now, running away from all the cities of Syria, running away to Mashta al-Hulu, where Dilbi tree is. It's a 400 years old tree in the middle of the village. So what happened was a big branch of this tree fell. And it was like a sign of mourning that Mother Nature is crying for its children because she wants everyone to be with one heart. So what we did as artists at that time, we thought we want to do something out of this broken branch, and we gathered around the tree. We asked our friend to make a sculpture out of the broken branch, and we called it the sculpture, the Statue of Birth. So during the work in progress, every night we used to all come around the tree to sing, to do music, poetry, dancing. And because Dilbi at that time in Syria brought all Syrians together, despite of your political point of views, your religion, and where you come from, we wanted to do the same when I came here to Belgium, to call my projects Dilbi, because we want to bring also everyone together via art and food.
Thank you, Sally, for your amazing story. Farah, Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what you are doing at the European Network for Migrant Women?
Thank you so much, and thank you for allowing me to crash this panel. As you can see in the agenda, I was in the next panel, and then Maria kindly accepted that I come to this panel. Thank you. So my name is Frohar Poya. I am a migrant woman in many levels. I originally come from Afghanistan. I grew up in the UK, and now I'm living in Belgium. So I experience many layers of migration, asylum seeking, refugee, inter-European migration, and so on. So I work as a research and outreach for the European Network of Migrant Women. The European Network of Migrant Women is a non-governmental organization consisting of 50 women-led gross-led organizations in many European countries. And we have also a lot of individual members. As a network, we play a crucial role in shaping social policy and designing specific programs to the needs of migrant women, promoting equal treatment, equal rights, and integration of migrants, whereas our members in the grassroots organizations provide direct support and help to migrant women, such as psychosocial support, legal support, providing shelter to women who are running away from male violence, support with accessing different services, including employment, education, and they also do advocacy at local and national level. So our work combined with our member organizations' work at the grassroots level, we concentrate on issues such as integration, male violence against women and girls, women's fundamental rights, and women's civic and political engagement and participation in Europe.
Thank you, Farah, and we will start also with you. Farah, what are the main challenges that women migrants face?
Sure. So I will really give a very brief overview, because if I start, I think my colleagues here will go really in depth into challenges that they faced at personal level. So I will give an overview of what kind of challenges migrant women face. And I will concentrate mainly on their access to labor market, the kind of challenges they face. We are involved, we were and are involved in different kind of project which promotes integration of women in labor market, and the projects like Moms at Work, Right, Teach Digital, Workplaces, which is just about to finish. And also some of our members help women to start their own businesses. For example, one of our members in Spain start working with women entrepreneurs to making embroideries, making soaps and candles, and then helping them, supporting them to sell. I know these are, some of these women might be really highly qualified professional women, but at that point, they wanted them to gain self-confidence and empower them to do something. Saying that, this is an ongoing journey for both us and our members, because as we know, a lot of migrant women face a lot of challenges, social, economic challenges when they arrive into European country. For specifically for labor market, the challenges like my colleague, the previous speaker, Crystal, spoke about, childcare provision, language barriers, lack of social and family support to allow them to continue with their career, discrimination when applying for a job, during interview, and when they're at work. stereotyping of migrant women that they should always perform low-skilled job and not giving them an opportunity in the space to regain their qualification or even build a space that they can do what they did in their country of origin. Legal status of women, if they arrive with, on the visa of their husbands, if their husbands come on employment or a student visa. For example, for women who comes on their husband's visa, it takes a little bit time to get job permit and so on. For women who comes on, if their husband comes as student, they have no way of working. They don't have access to labor market, like they cannot work. There are women who comes as part of family reunification. For some time, they do not have any kind of access to any services, including language barrier. Language courses. And of course, because the husband has to pay, the husband said that we will pay for everything and brought her here. So what happens, these women stay at home. And of course, after years of staying at home, you don't kind of, your mind just turns into staying at home. So they do not go to work or do anything. Undocumented migrant women, meaning women who either don't have documents or women who their visas are expired and they're probably waiting or never get. So these women have no access to any kind of services and they're not allowed to work. And I want to give you a little data of how migrant women face a lot of obstacles. According to Eurostat 2020, the employment gap between native women and third country national women was 17%. We say 17, but it's quite a high number. And also research indicates that migrant women experience a slower transition into obtaining their first job compared to migrant men. The International Labour Organization said that 22% of migrant women gained their first job after 24 months of arriving to the country, compared to 6% of women. So there is a high percentage of women who do not access into employment. So through our work and our projects, we also noticed that although women really want to go and access, even if we provide them free training, free job opportunities, there is still some obstacles. Like I said, childcare provision. When we did these projects, when we put the funding up, we never thought of putting money for childcare. So a lot of women start dropping out in the middle of the project because they didn't have anyone to look after their children. Also transportation. Like a lot of women, the training was in one place and women had to travel to get to that place. And if they had children, to take them to school and bring them back, they lost so much hours of that training. And then at the end, it's like, there's no point of me really coming to these trainings. And also the transportation cost. A lot of women do not have financial means of getting transport in some of European cities because it's expensive. So they don't come. Also, the mental state of women. Women who comes might have experienced a lot of trauma, either on their journey to Europe or in their back country. So they go on male violence, so ongoing male violence in their families probably. So they are going constantly through this mental health issues that can prevent them from accessing job. And also, knowing their rights. One of the most important things for migrants, knowing their rights. For example, in one of our projects, we also develop a video, you can see it on YouTube, one of the single mothers talk on how the employer sacked her when he gathered that she was pregnant. And because she didn't know her right, she couldn't do anything at the time. She just left the job. In Europe, you're not allowed to sack a woman when she gets pregnant, but the employer sacked her. And that's one of the obstacles and challenges that migrant women face.
Thank you, Farah, for sharing with us all these challenges. Coming back to the entrepreneurs, can I ask you, based on your experience, what are the main challenges TCN entrepreneurs face when starting a business?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of challenges, but I think the first thing, when you come as an immigrant, you want to gain respect. Because the stereotype, let's say, the stereotyping about immigrants that, yeah, they're just going to come here and take our money. They're just not going to do anything. And it was something that I experienced after some time that, yes, I understand why they say things, especially here in Belgium. I don't know about the other countries. It's like, because people tend to work actually for like a year and a half and then sit all their lives taking salaries without being productive. So when we heard these rumors, the first 2-3 months, because I think after a few months, things would be like a little bit clear. And then the first thing that comes to your mind is just, how can I gain respect? You gain respect by working. Okay, we want to start our own business because we were in the middle age. Like, we're not too young, we're not too old. And he cooks good. Luckily, I didn't. I just tasted. So the first thing it comes to your mind is also, how am I going to fund my business? You can never ever get money from the banks. You don't have any guarantees. You don't have a house. You just have yourself, your character, your work, and your idea. So that's also one of the challenges is the money part. Second, the bookholding, the accountancy, which we really struggle. So you don't know all the rules. You pay a person, you give him your neck, you hold him your life, your baby, your business. And then because you don't know, you trust him, you pay him. And then he can do what he wants, because you basically, when you start your own business and you don't have personnel, you don't have employees, you cannot hire employees, you have to do everything on your own. And you don't have time to follow up everything that the accountant should do. And then you end up that, oh my God, he did something wrong here and he did something wrong there. So who's going to pay for it? Myself. So we are not also good informed. Maybe it was our fault also, because we wanted to start immediately, because we wanted to gain that respect and we wanted to be productive in the society. We thank the country, it received us, it gave us some help, a little bit of, language courses. And then it's your time now, you wanna do something for yourself. So also the language is a problem. Luckily, I did not have that problem much, because I spoke English and everyone in Antwerp spoke English. But also the language is also a big challenge, because not everyone could also learn Dutch, because it's a very difficult language, especially also when you come from a country that you don't know. Even some people, they don't even know the Latin letters. So yeah, the money and also the language. These are the big challenges, and not to be informed also with the rules and regulations of how to open a business and how to deal with the taxation. Yeah.
I think for me, some of the main challenges that I encountered are a bit related to what you just said. The first one is definitely confidence, and the lack of confidence in myself came from multiple sources. First, the lack of role models, successful role models. I couldn't see many people that looked like me succeeding. Again, I was always in groups where we all were struggling. I also didn't have the confidence that bank would trust me, that for someone who lend me money, just to keep it simple. So there was also a lack of confidence that came from not being sure that I had the blueprint to make a business successful. I was always questioning if I was doing the right thing, yes or not. I started business, but still I was questioning myself every single step of the way. So that's the first thing, lack of confidence. The second one I would say is financial, right? I funded my business myself. And you cannot start a business if you don't have at least some sort of resources to start from. So yeah, lack of confidence and the financial part, yeah.
Yes, I agree with all you said. And based in my own business, my own experience, I have noticed 4 types of challenges. First, the network, how to connect with other entrepreneurs, how to connect with other network to build our visibility. And here I would like to thank MicroStart because before starting my business, I went to MicroStart and I met a counsel who told me that I have to communicate already now about my business. And I was so afraid of that because I didn't have my product yet. And I asked him, how can I communicate about something I didn't have already? And he told me, you have to, because it is not when you will have products, you will begin to communicate. It will be more difficult and you have to build your community right now. And wow, it was so big for me. And I did it with my fear. I did it. And after that, I realized what he told me. So this is the first challenge I noticed. Second, micro scale businesses. The business model in our community is so tricky that it is very, very, very difficult to have a margin in the market and to be a part of that market. It is too tricky. And the third challenge I noticed is a similar business in same areas, fashion, food, cosmetics, like me. And we are in a very small market in Belgium. So to be a lot of entrepreneurs in that areas limit the market, and it demands a lot of effort to gain a market, to have a regular sales. And the final challenge is to combine full-time job with our business. It is not really easy. You have to handle a lot of points. So you have your own manager, you have your own community manager, you have your you are your self-representative. So we are a lot to do, and it is not really easy.
Thank you, Anita, and thank you all to share with us these diverse challenges. So I want to ask you also, what type of support did you receive and at what stage in your business development process?
Yeah. When we started our first business, DLB, in 2016, so we came 2015, we got our residence and we started immediately. Although my friends warned me, don't do it, it's the land of taxes. So we did it, and then after a year and a half, my husband got really ill. And of course, we had also a very bad financial situation, so we closed. My customers kept on calling us, and then they said, when are you guys gonna open? I said, I would like to reopen, but the thing is, I don't have financing. I mean, here they said that there is no way you can get a loan. So one of my customers, thanks to him, he referred me to MicroStart. And then I went to MicroStart with the small story that I gave you now. And they made it possible. They, in 1 month, I got a loan. I restarted my business. I expanded. I got well known, also my restaurant and also the concept. And they did every year for me a really beautiful marketing. And I got also a lot of connections with customers who became also friends. So during this MicroStart, they give you, like, I've had a lot of opportunities and a great network. networking with everything, not only also with the business, but also as an artist. So that was already very, very positive. I got 2 loans from them during all these years. Also, when I opened my second restaurant, and also the third one when I got expanded before closing, also I got an. And also, what was great, that they didn't just give you the loan; they kept on checking your process. So every time until now, even when I close my restaurant, I always get back to my mentor who's from MicroStart to ask him, how should I do this and how should I do that? Because of course I gain experience, but still it's not enough, because there are a lot of small things, a lot of small details that you really need to know. Because when you grow and when you expand, then you have different kind of problems that you have to face. So they are like, yeah, they're my family now. They say, whenever I have something, my mentor also follows up with me. He knows today I'm coming here. Also with them, through them, I met, She Did It, a beautiful women organization. One of the ladies are here also with us today. A great support to women entrepreneur. Also, they did share the stories of everyone. So the support was not only financial, although it's like a small loan, but it made a lot for us, because we simply cannot get any loan from the bank, but also with networking, and also mentally, when you fall, there is someone who can hold you and who can hold your hand again and help you to get back to your track.
Yeah, I think for me, it was having access to a lot of experts. I had coaching from She Did It. I had also coaching from Hub Brussels, and I still collaborate with them, by the way. Earlier, I talked about lack of confidence, and I think that having experts assisting me through the process kind of helped with confidence, like you're doing the right thing. Sometimes they don't teach you anything new, but having someone else, an expert, looking at what you do and confirming that you're on the right track definitely helps a lot. And of course, I had also funding from MicroStart twice, actually, that helps a lot. At some point, I first launched, I did the first launch. I saw the people liking the idea, liking the products. And when we started thinking about how to bring the production from China to Belgium, started buying my first machines, MicroStar helped me, buy those 4 machines. Now we are almost like 100% producing in Belgium. That wouldn't be possible if I didn't have access to funding. So yeah.
Okay, for me, I'd like to thank Aminata, who is in the audience, for the duo help assistance during PLOUTOS project. It was again full time to share our journey together. I benefit from that because of MicroStart. And I like also to thank David Taquin, who dedicates his time to one-to-one coaching, and he helped me to improve my cost calculation, because as I said before, I launched my brand Duma Cosmetic 2 years ago, and with my experience, I need to improve and to better my business plan, to improve my cost calculation, to know what price to practice, because I have a sale on my web shop. I have sales also with sales points. So the price should be the same as well in my website and at that sales point. And MicroStart helped me also to improve my why. I excuse me, I pretty forget my why during the journey, and each time David take my attention to that why, and he helps me to improve that. So thank you again.
Thank you. And from this support you received, what could be improved and how, and what was missing?
I think to have more tailored experience, it will be gainful. At the beginning of the project, I noticed that there is a lack of guidelines. For me, it will be gainful. It could be gainful if I had a guidelines, because sometimes I feel that I went to all direction, and I don't really know what was the purpose of the project. So that can be improved for the future.
Yes, maybe I will follow. What I think lacked or could be improved if having more financial education. Because later in the process, I was like, most of the times I didn't know in the accounting. I think I was terrible at my finances and how I manage them sometimes. And even with the business administration, because I mean, we talk about, not having resources, right? But once you have resources, you have to know how to manage them properly. And I think that part could definitely be improved. A second part is the quality of networks. What I noticed is that there are networks in Brussels, and we have different types of networks, but the quality and the diversity of those networks is not always the best, in my opinion. Again, as I said earlier, what I saw often was that I ended up in groups where we all look the same, all struggling entrepreneurs. As I said, oh, I lost five euros. Oh, and I lost 10. Like we're all complaining. There is no one saying, oh, I made $1 million. Oh, this is going great. We were all complaining. And I think having a diverse group of, in the network, diverse group of people, different backgrounds at different stages of their projects, and especially having more successful people in networks could definitely help a lot.
Thank you. Sally?
Yeah, for me, I see for all these years, and as I see you today also with the PLOUTOS, I think you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you've done a great job. You are giving everything you can with your passion, with your vision, with information. But I think it's not that you need to improve, it's just that you need to have maybe more connection with the government to make the rules a little bit easier, so all your hard work will not go to fade. Because you are doing your best. You, MicroStart, you did it, and a lot of other beautiful organizations. You're doing a lot. You're encouraging people to work, encouraging people to open business, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Maybe some connections, something that, you raise your voice and say, okay, we need to change this work system. We need to reduce a little bit, let's say, taxation in this part. Anything that is related to the government who make actually the decisions to make our life miserable, and also your work, your hard work will go into fade. I think maybe what I could add, maybe a little bit, as she said, maybe a little bit of more financial knowledge, let's say some opleiding or maybe courses of accountancy. I need it. If you do it, I come and join. But the rest, I see just a bit of gap. I understand your business. You don't want to maybe go to politics much, but I think in this country here, it's very, very important that they know how much you are working so hard to help these small entrepreneurs and micro businesses to grow so they won't stop. So, and I will, of course, I'm there now in politics to help with that. But of course, it's not enough, because you guys as organization, you are very, very credible, and people need to hear your voice. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally, for that. And I am turning to the audience. I don't know if you have questions for our speakers.
There's one question for the all three entrepreneurs in the panel. How do you see your business into 5 years?
Do you want to go first?
That's tricky. Okay. I will go first. Well, we started bringing production to Belgium, as I said earlier, and the goal is definitely to have all our products are produced in Belgium. That has been our main goal, and that will remain the main goal for the coming years. And to have more partnerships, more partnerships locally in Europe. Again, those are things that we have started already, but we would like to set like a solid foundation there and really keep improving the collaborations that we have locally with small businesses, with also corporates. So yeah, that's the main focus for the upcoming 5 years.
Okay, thank you. My main goal is to build a laboratory in my home country because I noticed that it is a big issue in that market in my home country, which is Togo, that the market is full of very nocive cosmetic products. And my goal is to create that place to bring creators to have a safe place to product their cosmetics with the sensibilization to take care of the main ingredients in the formula, because at the end it is our health in cause, and we have to take care of our health, because what we put on our skin go also in our body, in our blood. And my big challenge is to create that safe place to the creators.
Sally, do you want to?
Yes. To be honest, with all those years, and now just 3 weeks ago, we closed our restaurant due to bankruptcy and also the illness of my husband, who is the chef cook, who is responsible for the restaurant. But that doesn't stop me from redoing this for the third time, let's say, because I had a lot of crises before, also in our business before, and then in Syria, and then here. There is always something, but we will definitely restart. I stopped dreaming, to be honest. I do. From my own experience, I just rebuild everything that that I missed. I hope that the country, let's say, politically could play a role to change some rules, that they could help entrepreneur to expand and not to stop. But what I can say is, if of course, I will restart maybe in a few months when my husband is better. What I will do today, I learned so many new things from you. Now, already I'm a very passionate person and active, but today you gave me also hope again to do more and more things. But I will definitely collect all these experiences with the new stories to restart. But of course, with the concept and with the way that will not make me lose so much, especially my health and also myself, because the reason why I opened this restaurant, to keep my identity as a Syrian woman coming from the third world, let's say, and share my rich culture with all of you. So that should not stop. And now I'm Syrian Belgian, and that will, with all those years and the ups and downs, of course, we will come up with something new, as always, because we're human and we're known to that. You know, what breaks you makes you stronger.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Sally. No more questions.
Thank you so much. It was really inspiring, actually, all your story, and even you, Fahar. It was really like interesting work that you are like doing in your organization. I really appreciate that, especially with women. Let's see the minority, the disadvantaged group that they really influence by this kind of intersectionality. As a woman, as an immigrant from coming from ethnic group, my question actually is for the two entrepreneurs here, like Sally and Anita, because you mentioned your husband rules in your businesses. And whenever we came here to Europe or all the Western countries, they have this kind of stereotyping. Men are preventing women from going out to the market. And I have heard a lot. And now I see from your like experience, no, your men were like supporting you and pushing you to go into the business, and they are also participate in your work. So how you want to change this kind of stereotyping about the Eastern women or the women, men from the other like third country national, or what's your ideas here? How can you defend the role of the men in your life?
I start, yeah. Okay, as the lady here, Froher, she mentioned something very important. They don't know their rights. That's something very important. I mean, when you come to Europe, the first thing, you know that women has so much rights. But of course, when you come from a different culture and you have also your small societies already there, you always have that fear. But it's the awareness. How you are going to adapt a new life in a new place, not losing your identity. That comes also from the awareness of your husband and the awareness of yourself, and how much you are open to good things in the new life, and also the good things from your previous life. You're not like have to, when you integrate, you don't have to throw your life, you know, at the past. No, you just bring all the positive and good things into the table and also adapt the good things. If you have beautiful women rights here, I grab that. If I have, let's say, because there is also other negative things, disrespect for men because, yeah, women have more rights here, or because men in our countries, they are more dominant and tyrant, let's say. But here you have the right, and he is willing to help you and support you, so we have to respect that. So it's all about how the couple or how the family or how the immigrants can adapt, and what is he ready to adapt or not. Of course, why I wanted to share all this, the success, the pain, and everything, because we want to be example for our women. If I can do it, if you can do it, they can do it too. If he is a support, it's great. If he's not, then maybe I can talk to him. If he doesn't want to understand, then, and if you cannot change, because people, they're difficult to change. Huh? But I think sharing these kind of stories can inspire people. We can only inspire. We can only show them, not tell stories, but real stories, stories like us and what we could do, what we can achieve. If I'm strong because he's supporting me, he's strong too because I give connections, and I also, when I'm happy, he's happy. So it all reflects your society. Of course, something else which is very, very important, to start also with our young ladies, our young girls who are, let's say, born in Belgium, or they came like in a very, very young age. Now some of them are studying in universities, and they're lost. They're lost with their identities. Their parents are very, very scared that, oh my God, now my daughter, she's going to be completely Westerner. She's going to lose her identity. No, that's not how it goes. We have to be example for our children, for our daughters, to teach them how to be ourselves with our identity, and also to integrate in a positive way. So I think all what we could do, we just work and fight and go to our goals. And with every beginning, there must be always a denial. And then you succeed more, and then people keep quiet and they watch you. And then you go further and further, then people respect you. And then they might become like you or even better.
Thank you, Sally.
Yes.
how can I participate to inspire other women to go in the market? That was the question. Mhm. Yes, yes, yes. Hmm. I would like to make a nuance for my answer. When you look about women in a lot of countries in Africa, women take a lot of place in the family. They, they bring the family right stand up. And when she came here, I feel like there is a sort of fear that stop their volunteer. So it will be nice to get out of informal business to bring their businesses in administrative way to be known. Yes, to be known. And for the second, I'm a part of women network who call which name is Bisobasi, and I take a big role in that network by sharing my experience, by sharing my knowledge about all the structures in Belgium who can help women to ouais. De sortir de l'anonymat. C'est trop de petites entreprises dans l'informel et quand on reste trop dans l'informel, ben, on ne se rend pas visible et on perd des opportunités de bénéficier d'aide pour grandir. Thank you.
Thank you. I saw you nodding. Do you want to add something or to the question to Ghazal? Support from your husband.
I mean, he definitely helped. I didn't mention it. And that's why he thinks that I don't give him enough credit.
They are supporting. They can be supporting. They can be like against you. This is like any normal life. It's not just because we are coming from Middle East or from Africa. We are women that are strong enough to defend ourselves. So we are strong. We can do it. And we have men can supporting us, and we have men preventing us. It's not about where we come from. It's about exactly. Yeah.
I 100% agree, but then I didn't say anything because I mean my partner or ex-partner now he's a Belgian, so I don't think he qualifies. So
Okay. Yes.
Of course, we were chill. Like he was the one producing. Once we started producing in our apartment, he is the one who spent nights, producing the phone cases. He's no, because we were talking about, third country nationals, etc. That's why. But he definitely helped. I think we were chill doing the business since the business plan, the conception, the stereotyping, etc. We did it all together until very last minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, it's not about women cannot do anything or it's about stereotyping. It's about the fear. Like my colleague here mentioned about losing identity. So especially for men who migrates, they have this fear of losing their not identity even, like their strength. Maybe they were very powerful men in their countries. They had really good jobs. And when they come here, they have this fear of, what am I going to do? What's happening to me? You know, it's not about controlling the woman in that way, but it's just that fear that may reflect in the family situation. So the children fears it, the wife fears it, and they want to respect, you know, they want to respect the husband, the father, because he was maybe a man of high hierarchy, and then they come to Europe and they become nothing, right? So it's, and what you said is really, really important, like communication. And also the background of families, which background class they come from their country of origin as well. So there's a lot of different things that play a role about how the families, how the women operate, how the men operate. But of course, I mean, violence we know happens, or these things happen in any society, right? But the reason it happens in certain communities is because of losing this identity. Maybe women in Syria, these families you're talking, they're in all communities, you know, like all communities, they become more stronger once they arrive in Europe because they want to keep their cultural value, religious value, whereas they might be really open at the country of origin, you know. So it's really different layers of challenges that they meet in Europe that prevents them from doing things. And I also want to mention, just listening to these three wonderful ladies, that our member organizations are like these entrepreneur organizations. The only thing is we don't have microfinance. So a lot of work when we open these organizations to give women a space to nourish, to become entrepreneurs, we struggle because of working on voluntary basis. And then after some years, we just get tired and we close the organization. And unfortunately, in a lot of member states, there is no opportunity to get cooperation, coordination from institutions as well. So this is something I want to mention, although it's not related to entrepreneurs, but a lot of migrant women start from these community organization, voluntary organization to get established. However, unfortunately, a lot of these grassroots organizations do not go long because of funding, because of human resources. So I just wanted to mention this.
Thank you, Flora, for mentioning this. John, I saw you raise your hand, or it's okay?
It wasn't actually a question. It was that I wanted to congratulate you for thinking out of the box, for not being afraid, for fighting your whole life, for not letting other people say what you can do and you cannot, and to always keep fighting and never give up. And if everybody had a person like this that they could inspire, it would be something that could change the world to a way better place. And you keep giving inspiration to little boys, little girls, men and women, and keep doing what you do because you do it well.
Yes, thank you very much also for sharing all the good idea and good experience. I'm also politics. So just what I want to say is the question about the man. It's very, very important to know that it's a couple. When you have a couple, you have children together. It's not about migrant or not. It's about women and men. And sometimes you have the power to go further, but your man doesn't have his fear because of the financial problem with to the family, and also for the future for the children. That's my experience, because my man is a Belgian man, and I have a good work, I have a good situation. But as you said, we come from abroad, we are migrant, we get integrated in the society, and also we have many suffer from what we heard about the migrant. We come here to pick up the jobs. We come here to pick up the social securities, Belgian or European social securities, and we want also to do something to make, as you said, some representative person from the small communities, and to say that we have something to share also with you. We are not only here to pick up your place, but we have something which is rich, which is our identity, which is our culture, and we are ready to share it with you. That's what is my aim. And so that's why I say that what you are doing is very, very, very important for us. And about the culture, the couple, sometimes it will make you divorce because you have it in your blood. You want to be representative in your community. You live now since I say 34 ans, voilà, on va dire ça comme ça, in European. So you are not, I'm from Senegal. I lose my, all my, not saying culture, but the society in Senegal, I don't know what it is now. I know, but from elsewhere. But I am in Belgium. I am a politician in Belgium. I'm a worker in Belgium. And now I said, okay, I have 450. I can do something for the next immigrant who will come. So I will motivate them to go to have work, to work, and everything like that. Again, I say, that's why what you are doing for helping us is very, very important for us. If we have a project, we come to us, please show us the way how we are going to be successful, because it's good for the society. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm so sorry that I could not follow the beginning of your this discussion because I had to move my car outside. I rushed out. So my question is that about you people, if there were or there is an advice to give to those who want to start, what, for example, should he or her not to do? Which things should not be done if you want to start? Which advice? Anita says something about it, what to do, what the council advised her to do, that's to communicate, even though she doesn't have any product. But in the contrary, what should you not do when you start the business? This is my question. Thank you.
Maybe I have one for that question. I guess I will keep it short. I would say one of the first things I have learned not to do is to avoid trying to be everywhere, to avoid trying to do everything, avoid trying to be everywhere. You don't have to be doing everything. You have to focus on what matters. You don't have to be everywhere. You have to be where it matters. Yeah. Yeah, and I see sometimes entrepreneurs are proud to say it. Oh, I'm doing my marketing, I'm doing my accounting, I'm doing that. Is that what you're supposed to be doing? Is that, if you follow the Pareto principle, 80-20, those 80% of the activities you're doing bring you, your revenue of the 20%, I don't know. So I think, again, I will come back to what I just said, focus on what matters, focus on,
Sally, do you have an answer? Yes.
I can say one thing to do, one thing not to do. The first thing to do is if you want to really integrate as an immigrant, it's okay to take the first step. Don't be afraid to be the first one who takes the step. Don't be afraid of what people are going to think about you or about your project or about your business. Believe in yourself. Second, what you don't need to do is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Okay, thank you. Anita?
I will say you have to accept that so you cannot satisfy all people. So if you are okay with that, I think that you can go. You can go on. Yes, and to accept aussi to fail in the journey because there is no fault. You will always learn something about your experience.
Thank you, and we will close our panel in this mode. So thank you so much for being here for us and for sharing these interesting stories and interesting, impactful contribution. So thank you.